me what's up. Think you gon' play me, just know that I'm not one of them. Feel like I don't know you, don't come around, no invaders.
It's your boy Noto, coming to another video, coming to another podcast, man. In today's podcast, we're going to discuss an in-depth video about why looks matter. If you're new here or you already been here, go and click that like button, go ahead and comment, go and subscribe. Click that notification bell so you'll be notified whenever I drop a video. And without further ado, let's go and get into this topic, man. So the age-old question, does looks matter? What do you think? What do you honestly think? We're all in the world of human beings that actually have to take a look at you before we get to know you. But I'm going to go ahead and show a series of clips and my responses to these clips so we can go and get a better in-depth analysis of why looks matter the most and why you should improve upon your looks. Your look is your first impression, guys and women. But anyway, without further ado, let's go and get into this first clip. It comes with this man. He's a 40-year-old man that's been going around on TikTok, and his video has really been very popular, actually, and a lot of people have made responses to this video. So I'm going to show this clip, and I'm going to show you how I feel about it afterwards.
I'm a fat, old, black-ass nigga. Looks matter. They matter. I just turned 40 this past March, and one of my biggest regrets is not realizing just how important looks are and how much your appearance matters in this world. Human beings are naturally superficial. It's a part of our biology. It's ingrained in us. We can't help it. We are biased toward treating people who look good better. It's just the facts of life. The faster you realize this and the faster you accept this, the better off you will be in the long run. There are a lot of aspects about yourself that you can't change, but the ones that you can, change them as quickly as possible while you are still young and you have the energy, the flexibility, the agility, the time, and the resources to really work on yourself and your appearance. I'm working on my stuff right now as we speak. I've had a number of health setbacks over the years, but I can tell you that getting on social media and seeing all the reactions that I have gotten to my appearance, not that it has had a psychological impact on me in a way, because I'm fundamentally aware of the fact that, I'm overweight, but I think for me, it was kind of bittersweet just seeing the reaction, because it's like you just realize that as human beings, we just can't help but to be judgmental and to be superficial. And there's no use in trying to fight that. And if you really want to mitigate the stress of constantly worrying about your appearance, work on it. Because it is a fixable issue for most people, for the vast majority of people. It's fixable. You just got to work on it. You just got to take the time, sit down, do your due diligence, and put in the time and effort to really work on your appearance and how you want others to perceive you. Physically, that is. Now, your personality, it's a whole different story. I'm only talking about looks in this particular context. So that being said, if you're in your 20s, you're in your 30s, while you still have the energy, while you still have the time, because you may not have kids and a wife yet, please work on yourself. And even after you have kids and a wife, still work on yourself. Work on yourself. Keep up with your appearances, because people are going to judge you whether you want them to or not. So it's just facts of life. There's no use in complaining about it. There's no use in trying to, make videos on TikTok, trying to get other people to, rally against, body shaming, or we got to be more blah, blah, blah. No, just stop. There's no point. It is what it is. Looks matter.
So basically, this man is regretting not taking advantage of altering his physical appearance, actually making his physical appearance the best that it can be. And the thing is, he's actually telling the truth. A lot of people probably try to look saying all that, but he's honestly being honest. He's not going too far about it. He's actually just saying that we should take advantage of what we have, make the best of what we can do, and with our resources and everything while you're young, so you can have a better experience in life. And the way you look is the way you're perceived. It is what it is. And then, you know what? I applaud this guy for actually coming out and being transparent and not sitting there trying to act like it doesn't matter. So kudos to this man right here. I appreciate the message that you sent out, brother. I appreciate that. And in this next video, this is going to tell you about how looking at your looks and letting it be a perception of how your behavior is and of how you act.
I don't know who needs to hear this, but your looks matter, bro. The way you look actually determines how your personality is perceived entirely. Let's say someone really likes something specific, right? For the sake of argument, we'll just say they like feet. So an attractive person, on the one hand, if they like feet, they're gonna have a feet kink. Some people are just gonna say, oh, they just like a harmless foot kink, like whatever. They kiss toes, they're a little weird, but it ain't nothing crazy. Bro, let that be an ugly old dude, they're calling him a creep 9 times, 10 times out of 10, bro. I don't mean this in any disrespectful type of way, but if you're a big person, your personality has literally already been decided for you before you've even spoken to some people. Do you know how fast our eyes scan someone's build? We analyze a whole person's body in literally under a second. Matter of fact, there's actually a study for this. It's called the Door Study. Now, after you watch this video, do your own research. But essentially, in psychology, the human brain is less susceptible to notice large differences, especially with strangers. They basically conduct a study like a person would come up to a random person, they would be giving them directions, whatever, then they would put a door, switch the person for another person. There was a huge noticeable difference with attractive people.
Judging from that video, guys, he spoke nothing but facts. People perceive you a certain type of way when you look a certain type of way. It just is what it is. Looks really do matter, and it determines how people will think that you act. Just like I said in one of my videos, that people automatically think that you're probably a suave, that you're cool, that you're laid back, and that you're a Mac with women or all this type of stuff just because of the way that you look. And your perception is reality. A person can perceive you to be a certain type of way, but just because you look a certain type of way, but that doesn't mean that you're that type of person. But the appearance that you show gives them the impression that that's how you look. And that's just the way it is, guys. People have nothing else to go off of when they first see you and see your look. So when your look is what is going to determine how they feel that you are acting. It feels like how your personality is. They have nothing else to go off of but how you look. You see what I'm saying? So looks matter in that sense, that people actually perceive a certain type of personality trait on you just because of the way that you look. It's not fair. No one said it was fair. No one said it was right. But what else do we have to go off of? What else does a person that's never spoken to you have to go off of? So looking at it like that. In this next clip, we're going to talk. This lady is going to say something, and she's like a very, very, very attractive lady. And she's going to give her 2 cents on how looks matter and how guys can help themselves improve their looks.
Looks matter, and if you aren't attractive, that doesn't matter, but you can still be attractive. You can take care of your body, you can take care of your physique. The most successful men I know are strict with what they put into their body because it's a signal of self-respect. Looks matter, and the reason they matter is they're a signal of your self-esteem. When I have clients come to me, especially men, and they say they're feeling low and this, that, and the other, if they're overweight, I say, you need a PT, not a psychologist. Go to a PT first. Okay, I'm going to have a conversation with you, boost your ego for 10 minutes, and then you're going to go eat cake. What is the point of that conversation? Fix your body first. I promise you won't even need me.
So basically what she was saying is just spot on. It's exactly spot on. Because even though she was saying that, oh, you might not be attractive, you may not be attractive, but there are things that you can do to make yourself more attractive, so it's no excuses. You see, it's not leaving areas and gray area for a man to make excuses. And this is coming from a woman that a lot of men will probably do a lot and probably spend their whole college tuition on. This is the type of woman right here that guys will spend $500 or $600 an hour just to hang out with. That's that type of caliber woman right there. I ain't gonna lie to you. But she's actually saying good advice for you to help you, to let you know that looks actually really matter. Looks matter, your first impression. But she's saying make your bait the best. That's why we practice the body game. Shout out to Ron Wills. Make your bait the best. She says to get in the gym. She says to dress good. You see what I'm saying? Just to make yourself look as presentable as possible. There's nothing absolutely wrong with that. If any guys have a problem with that, then you have a problem with yourself. Why don't you want to present yourself the best that you can when you walk around among this earth? Right? When you're walking in these environments, when you're going into these rooms, you want to look as presentable as possible. It's just the way the world works. You should want that for yourself. You should want that for yourself. A man or a woman, you should want that for yourself. You don't want to go outside looking all crazy and everybody is looking at you like you're crazy. You are what you are presenting. So what you present is what people are going to perceive you as. So you go outside looking like a bum, they're going to think you're a bum. You go outside looking like a businessman, you look like a businessman. You going outside looking like professional, they're going to think you're a professional person. It just is what it is. Looks matter. And when it comes to dating, people want to see a nice clean cut person. If you coming in there looking ashy and looking all dusty, they're going to think you're an ashy, dusty looking person. Yeah, so their perception of you already has been shifted since you haven't taken care of your initial physical presentation. But if you would have presented yourself in a very professional manner or like a classy manner, they will think of you as such. You could be the most ghetto and ratchet person in the world, but if you come up to a venue and you're dressed all classy, people are going to perceive that automatically before you even open your mouth. That is their perception of you right there. So this is how it is. And in this next clip, we're going to talk to this guy right here. I'm not going to say talk to, but this guy just lays it out flat, man. He just go ahead on and just says it, what you need to hear, and not what you want to hear, but what you need to hear. And I like the way his message is conveyed. So we're going to go there and we're going to come back and chop it up.
Women care about looks. It's a myth that they don't. Your body is your resume to women. A lot of guys these days have just a little bit of a belly and they're in denial thinking, oh, I'm not that bad. If you have a belly that's pushing up against your shirt, you need to get rid of that. Women are looking at that and that is telling them a lot about you. It's mainly telling her you're an average guy. You want a high quality woman. Well, guess what a woman wants? A high quality, top-notch man, not an average guy. These days, a beautiful woman can pick and choose which guy she's with. That means you need to be at the top level if you want to be chosen. And even though you think your little love handles and your tiny belly isn't a big deal, it's basically telling her that you're an average motherfucker. Why would she choose you when she can choose a guy who's jacked, who's ripped, and whose resume to the world is a better one? Your body is your resume to the world. It tells us how much you're respecting yourself. Respect yourself more, get in shape. Your abs should be flat. Get to work.
So this man is basically saying you need to get your body in tip-top shape. Get your body the best it can be, and get your appearance. It helps with your appearance. You see what I'm saying? Because a lot of guys, we preach the body game. Of course, shout out to Ron Wills. But a lot of guys do not want to hit the gym. A lot of guys don't want to focus on their physical appearance. And that's a big problem out here. That is a huge problem out here. The guys don't want to put in the time to actually look like a man and get some muscle on your frame. And it makes you look more masculine, and it makes you more attractive to the opposite sex. But the thing is, a lot of guys don't want to do that. They're thinking that, oh, I got this little bit of belly, I got this little bit of this, oh, I'm okay, I'm all right. You looking mediocre. You don't stand out at all. You see what I'm saying? The whole thing about this is standing out. But you want a woman that stands out, but you don't want to be a man that stands out. That's a problem. That's the problem. See, now you're trying to compensate. Now you're trying to do other things when no, that's not the way it's supposed to be. That's not what's supposed to be. You get in the gym and you make yourself look the best that you can. Never said that you had to be extra chiseled. Never said that you had to look like some type of model or something like that. But getting into your best physical shape that you can, that it actually looks good and accentuated, and then making yourself look as presentable as possible, and then seeing who likes it. Hence the tribe. Shout out to Ron Wills. Yes, you're a tribe. So if the tribe that you're attracting and the women that you're attracting aren't the women that you like, then apparently you're going to have to go a little further when it comes to the self-improvement. You're going to have to go a little further when it comes to upgrading your presentation. It's just the way it is. If you're not getting what you want when you go outside from the external sources, then you need to look internally. You see what I'm saying? You need to look internally. Okay, what am I presenting to the earth, and do I look like what I want to attract in this earth? Do I even look remotely close to what I'm trying to attract in this earth? Looks matter. Looks matter. You don't have to look like Chris Hemsworth or nothing like that. All I'm saying is look your best and present yourself in the best light that you can. And what's wrong with putting some muscle on your frame? That's never gonna hurt. No woman has said, don't put no muscle on, or don't hit the gym, or don't take care of yourself, or don't watch your nutrition. Said no woman ever. Said no woman ever, unless she's insecure herself. And this right here is leading into the next point of what this guy has to say right here about why women settle for guys. And not even just women, because guys can settle in this regard as well, because when they give up on themselves, you'll see what I'm talking about. So we're going to go into this clip, and then we're going to come back.
Most people who say that they do not date or pick their partners or pick the people that they entertain based off of looks anymore are people who did not get positive results from the good-looking people or the type of people that they like to date. So now they want to compromise. Now they want to settle because they didn't get what they wanted from the people that they're actually attracted to. So now they will take what they can get. Anybody that is dating somebody, entertaining somebody, forcing themselves to like somebody that they are not physically attracted to, physically stimulated by, this is a defeated person. This is a person who said, you know what? The guys that I like, the women that I like, the people that I think that I'm worthy of, I am not getting the results that I want from them. So what I'm going to do is start dating and talking to the people who might not look as good, but they treat me good. And once you discount one thing and take another, this is a form of settling. You want the Benz, but you'll take the Honda. You want the Audi, but you'll drive the Saturn. You prefer the Honda, but if you had to, you will take the bus, but that does not mean that you want to just because you have to do it.
So basically, he was talking about the main thing that I talk about a lot in these videos, that when they can't get the person that they want, and you know, now they have to dumb themselves down, and now they're in a perpetual state of settling when they're going about different encounters. They couldn't get what they want from the people that they found attractive, in which they're not even matching up to the person that they want to attract. So they're trying to attract a person that is way more attractive than they are themselves, and they don't even want to improve to the point to even try to attract that person. So now they want to peacock and use money and use other type of resources to try to get that person, or, you know, try to use something else outside of that person, or in this case he says settling. So if they're not going to settle, they're going to if they're not going to settle for a person, now they're going to have to get them some other type of compensation, which is usually financial, in order to get someone that is in a higher sexual market value than themselves. And that's a hurtful thing to have to do, saying, oh man, I'm settling. Oh, now I have to demean myself. Now I have to disrespect for myself. I don't have self-respect for myself enough to improve myself and not just go out with a person that are only using me for what I'm giving them, and instead of like valuing an actual person that will actually value you. But the thing is, people are looking for people that are way above their grade. You see what I'm saying? When they're looking for people that are way above their grade, they find themselves having to compromise. And when you get into the state of having to compromise, and you feeling like, oh yeah, man, I got to do, you either gonna go one way or the other. Either you're gonna try to overcompensate, or you're gonna settle. It's as if there really ain't no in between, because if you're not thinking about trying to improve yourself, then it's everybody else's fault. So all you trying to do is, okay, bump it up. I'm gonna settle for this person, but I'm gonna treat them like this because you ain't my first option, or I'm gonna overcompensate and I'm gonna disrespect myself and not show myself self-respect enough because I'm gonna give my resources that I worked hard for this person to try to like me. I'm gonna try to take out on dates, or take him out on dates, or I'm gonna provide him with a house, a place to stay, or something like that, probably on some sugar mama stuff, or maybe on some sugar daddy type stuff. And I'm gonna compensate with them financially because they do not value my physical appearance. So in order to make up for it, in order to compensate for the lack of physical attraction, I'm going to compensate with you with financial resources. I'm going to compensate with financial favors and other stuff like that. And that's what happens in certain situations. Now, you never know. There can be emotional and companionship type of deals like that as well. But we're not going to get too far into that. But what he said is definitely spot on, because you're going to end up settling if you're not going for the person that you want, and you're not trying to improve yourself. You're saying you want these top of the line baddies or these top of the line hunks, but if you're not trying to improve yourself and make yourself appealing to those type of people, then this is the type of results you're going to get. Now, in this next clip, this lady is actually talking about how your body and your appearance is pretty much your global. She said something about it's your global currency. I think it's your global. I'm not really sure what she said. I ain't gonna lie to you because I'm kind of going with this. But she's basically saying that it's like your global currency is almost like your global your receipts or something like that. It's something along them lines. But it's basically saying that you'll see what you say. I'm going to go into the next clip and we're going to come back and chop it up.
Are there places where looks matter and places where looks don't matter? Let's talk about it. Hi guys, I'm Leveline, the voice of marketing and your friend in all things marketing, brand building, business, mindset, and sometimes pop culture. So the Snatch Doctor said here that there are places where looks matter and places where looks don't matter. Let me tell you, the only place where looks don't matter is where people can't see. Because everywhere else, looks matter. Humans are visual creatures. We are not saying you must wear a suit or be a slay queen or even wear makeup. But people who are better looking, whether that is genetically or because they've worked on themselves, have a better experience of life. It does not matter which industry they occupy, what they do, it doesn't matter. They will always get better treatment, they'll get away with more, and they will do less work and get more rewards. Look around the organization that you serve. Look at everybody around you and see who's winning. Right? And yes, we can look at things like the fact that a lot of people who occupy really important designations like your CEO, CFOs, people could argue that some of those guys, even billionaires and that kind of thing, aren't necessarily incredibly good looking people. But what do they have on their side? They have wealth privilege. And what do they do with that wealth privilege? They surround themselves with beautiful people. People who don't have beauty want to buy beauty and assimilate to beauty or good lookingness. Right? The way you look matters, and it is a currency. Some might argue that it's an even more valuable currency than money. Because when people have money, they strive to look good so they can be more acceptable or more welcomed into society and get more opportunities from a privileged perspective. So they want to tap into more privilege by being better looking. It's not enough that they're rich. No, they need to be better looking as well. They need to be really good looking so that they can tap into all the facets of privilege that exist in society. So don't play with yourself. Don't play with yourself. Some people just don't look good right now because they can't afford to, or they don't have the time to put into it. But trust me, they will find ways to access good lookingness. They will find ways to assimilate to it, despite the fact that they may have a better education, better job, more money. That doesn't matter.
So basically, she's making a really good point, saying that your looks are your global currency, which I was right about saying when she was saying that. But it doesn't matter wherever you go. Where the only place where looks doesn't matter is where they can't see. So for the guys or the women that think that, oh, I'm going to go to another place, I'm going to go to another country, I'm going to go over here to another abroad and all this and that, and they acting like these people don't have eyes, like these people can't see that you're not taking care of yourself in the physical aspect of life. You think they're just going to sit there and overlook that? No, they're going to look at ways to use you now. So you didn't pass the physical attraction test. Now it's time to see, okay, compensation. That's what happens. That's what's going to happen. Because a lot of guys, they don't understand. They don't want to look into this. They don't want to be like, oh, it's being looks are overrated, and oh, I don't want to look like this, I don't want to look like that, I don't want to have to do that. I'm just going to provide and do this and do things with my money, and that's fine. But as long as you know that what you're attracting isn't something that really genuinely wants you, it was genuinely attracted to you. Not saying, like I said, you don't have to look like no supermodels or nothing like that, but accentuating the best way you can look, hitting the gym, taking care of your health, doing a skincare routine. There's nothing wrong with that, man. Taking care of your hair, making yourself look presentable, making yourself look like a man, making yourself look like a clean cut man, making yourself look presentable. You saying you want these basketball wife looking women, and these women are up to par, got themselves dressed up, nails done, hair done, makeup on, whatever, makeup off in a lot of cases too, because they look good with or without it. Probably got BBLs and nothing like that. I understand that. Got a lot of guys that's their defense, be saying, oh, well, these women always wearing makeup and get BBLs and all this other stuff just to try to shield themselves from any type of controversy or an attack on their looks by saying, oh, these women look like this or they don't look like this. Look, let them take that makeup off. That doesn't change anything for you. As a man, that doesn't change anything for you. Attacking the women for wearing the makeup and all that doesn't change nothing for you. So you can sit there and whine about women wearing makeup and getting BBLs all day, but what are you looking like? What are you doing for yourself to accentuate you the best way possible? What work are you putting in to make your presentation the best it can be? What work are you putting in For the women, what work are you putting in to make yourself appealing to the guys that you say you want that are so fine and so hot and all this and that? What are you doing? It's just the way it is. It's the same thing I had to look at. I'm not finna say, oh, I'm not the perfect example of this. It's something I had to take a grasp on as well. I'm not the best looking guy in the world, but what I did is I looked in the mirror and said I didn't like what I looked like, and I made steps toward making it better and better. That's all you can do is make yourself better as best as you can. You see what I mean? I lost back over 120 pounds because I said I didn't like how heavy I was. Now I was fixing up my hair. I found a style that's good for me. The dreads at the top and the cut around. And I found like, oh, okay, I like the stubble. Oh yeah, okay, I see what type of styles and shorts I like to wear, slim fit and stuff like that. I've hit the gym. I've got muscles, so I'm accentuating my frame by wearing clothes that actually showcase my physique and these stuff like that. You know, I've done things to change myself. Because I understand that looks matter. Looks are the first impression. That's the first thing people see when you come into a room is your look. I don't give a damn what nobody say. Your look is first impression, no matter what. No matter what, they can say personality all day, all person. No, your personality only matters after you pass their looks test, and the better you look to that person is the more invested they'll be into even learning your personality or even getting to know your personality. But your personality is something that sounds good. It sounds good to say on paper. It makes you sound like a good person and all that, but it doesn't make you a bad person that you don't want to get to know this person's personality because you're not physically attracted to them. It doesn't make you a bad person. So you don't have to sit there and try to spare people's feelings by saying, oh, I like personality and all this and that, or the looks don't matter. They're only saying that to people that they're trying to use. So a lot of women have a lot of men that they're trying to string along, and they'll say that the looks don't matter so they can keep them there. Because if they told all these guys that looks matter and all that, and start treating them as such, they won't be able to reap the benefits from the guys that they're getting by using these guys. So they have to keep the orbiters around by saying that looks don't matter, or this don't matter, or that don't matter, or that don't matter, so they can keep them around. Think of if they told all these guys the truth, or if these guys told all the women the truth, do you think they'll still be able to reap the same benefits that they have by going about with these people? No. They would not be able to have these type of situations. They wouldn't be able to bring those motives that they have for these people into fruition if they told them the truth. So you got to understand that, guys. And then this last clip, very last but very not least, guys, is this guy was talking about pretty much is maximizing your looks and actually taking care of your looks. I'm not really sure exactly what he said, but we're going to come back right after this clip.
Invest in your appearance. I know it's good to not judge a book by its cover and all that stuff, but nobody's gonna see your personality at first glance. Think about it. Let's say you're going for a job interview, right? You show up with dirty, wrinkled clothes, your hair's unkept, you don't smell good, you just look bad. That recruiter is gonna look at you crazy, right? Same thing goes for dating. Let's say you show up looking bad, your date is gonna look at you like you crazy, and you're probably not gonna hear from that person anymore after that day. Believe it or not, a lot of the way people treat you is going to be based on how they perceive you. And if you look like you respect yourself, you care about yourself, you're well put together, they're going to treat you as such. Making sure you look your best is also going to impact your mental in a positive way. When you look good, you feel good. Although it is very important to be a good person on the inside, your outside appearance is equally important. So with that being said, make sure you treat your physical appearance like a priority.
So he's basically telling men to invest in your appearance, which is one of the most, this is such gold. It's nothing that we haven't heard coming out through the rest of this video, but investing in your appearance and actually taking out the time to understand, look at, well, okay, I can work on this, I can work on that, I can do this, I can do that. Maybe I can wear this a little better. Maybe this style will look a little better on me. Maybe this cut look a little better on me. Maybe if I didn't put some lotion on and make my skin look a little more glowy, maybe it'll bring out more features in my face. Maybe you just never know. You just never know. But investing in your appearance is nothing wrong in investing in your appearance to attract the quality of woman that you are attracted to, or to attract that quality of man that you want. There's nothing wrong with that. This is not a bashing video to be like, oh, you ugly people, or y'all do this, y'all. This ain't nothing like that. I'm just trying to open it up to reality to let you know that that your presentation and your look, when you first walk into a room, that is how people perceive you. No matter what. No matter whether you like it or not, people are still judging you off your look, whether you like it or not. So the best thing you can do is come out with your best presentation and make yourself the best that you can be, and just see who like it. And people that don't like it, to hell with them. But if you actually put in the work, It doesn't matter who does and don't like it. You just focus on the people that do like it and that show that. But if you're not doing anything for yourself, if you ain't trying to do anything, and you're expecting people to accept you the way you are, and you want these delusional type of results, that's when you're never going to get the results that you want. You're going to forever be sitting there getting mad. You're going to be forever being on these type of videos saying, oh, it don't matter. Oh, forget that guy because I don't care what he's saying. You're going to sit there and be constantly complaining because you're not trying to improve yourself. But when you're trying to improve yourself and you're doing the best that you can to improve yourself, and you know that you're putting the results in, you're going to tend to not care about what outside people say, because you know you're putting in the work to make yourself the best version that you can. You know that you look good. You know that you're accentuating your frame. You know that you're hitting the gym. You know that you're taking care of yourself. You know that you're getting your style together. You know that you're putting your hair together. You know you're making yourself look the best way that you can make it look, and making your presentation immaculate when you walk upon this earth. When you in that state of mind, a lot of this outward ridicule and all that stuff, that doesn't matter. Now, constructive criticism of saying, maybe, hey bro, you need to get in your square. Maybe you have good friend group and say, okay, maybe you need to get in there, like constructive criticism. But all this ridicule and all this other stuff, especially when you on your journey to making yourself better, oh, that doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. So for the people that's actually putting in the work to make their presentation the best it can be, and not just saying that, oh, it's just about only looks. Of course you do other things in your other areas of life, but your look is their perception that everybody get when you first see you. So they don't know about how much money you make. You don't know about your business. They don't know about all that stuff. When your look is good and immaculate, people want to be invested in you. People want to know what you do. Even if it's something minute, even if it's something like, okay, I collect flowers on the side. They want to know what kind of flowers. When you look good, they want to know what kind of flowers. They want to know what time of day you go. They want to go and probably help you. But if you don't look good to them, people like, he put flowers on. Oh, no, hell no. You see what I'm saying? There's a big difference right there. People are more invested into what you do, the better that you look, the better your presentation is toward this earth. Like I said, you don't have to look like a supermodel. And I've always told everybody, you have to look like a supermodel. One, that's not realistic anyway. So that'd be delusional for me to say, oh, y'all need to aspire to look like these movie stars. No, be the best that you can be, but actually be taking the steps to make yourself look the best that you can make yourself look. If you know that you're putting in the work to do that, and you know that you're on that journey, and you know that you're actually doing the best that you can for yourself, then all the other stuff don't matter. I'm telling you, people are going to be attracted to you and the way that you're doing it, because the way you care about yourself is the way people are going to treat you. And if you show that you show up to the world and you present yourself to the world that I care about myself, oh, I give a dang about what I look like, I give a dang about how I'm presenting myself in this world, people are going to give a dang about you, and they're going to show you respect because of it. They're not going to disrespect the man that has a suit. They'll disrespect the bum on the street before they'll disrespect the man that's wearing a suit. I guarantee you that. I guarantee you that. But anyway, I'm not going to go any further into this video. I just wanted to go and show a little something, because people don't actually believe that looks really matter, but looks matter the most. And especially when it comes to the initial phase. Of course, it's not everything, but it matters. And you've seen throughout this video how much it matters. Especially when it comes to people's perception of you and how you want to be viewed upon this earth. You want people to take you seriously. You need to take yourself seriously by making yourself look the best you can and presenting yourself in the best light possible. It's your boy Noto, coming to you another video, coming to you another podcast, man. If you're enjoying the content, go and click that like button, go and comment on and subscribe. Click that notification bell so you'll be notified whenever I drop a video. And remember, guys, anybody can improve themselves. They willing to work at it. I'm out.
Let me get this straight. My son ain't got no car, no job, no house. He's on drugs, and I'm raising his baby. Say you want to date him because he's cute? Oof, baby, you're a special kind of stupid, aren't you? I'm just saying.
I'm chillin', I really ain't worried about niggas. I promise I keep it a Kuna Matata. Even though niggas be looking and sounding like me, that boy Morris said I'm not the father. Swear I'm a dog, get vicious when I'm irritated. I might need a shock on my collar. Don't got a filter, just keep it straightforward. I play my position, Andre Iguodala. Ain't no exposing me, I get in D, hit a ovary. Don't even go down that road with me. And if a chicken obsessed, I don't need it. I want that Miss Parker with Professor Ogilvy. Bitch ain't no testing me, none of these bitches be stressing me. Capping like they got the best of me. If she go off and get with another man, really she still gon' be thinking about sexing me. Done with these bitches, let's get to the paper. One piece of the pie, still out on the merit. Chasing that money, Coyote Road Runner, ain't doing no talking, just like Tom and Jerry. Ain't no beef or no drama, it won't make no money to me, it's just unnecessary. But if I'm push, I'm gon' have to crash out on a nigga, and then I'ma call up as Gary.